What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Truck News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining today's video, and I appreciate you guys for watching all social media platforms. You know, today is February 14th. It's a Friday. It's also Valentine's Day. Hopefully it's okay, but I'm wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day today. Hopefully you called your significant other and told them how much you care about them. And hopefully if you're the one on the road and they're at home, hopefully they called you and told you how much they love you. I'm sure, you know, this is all commercialized and it's a day that everybody does it, but I'm sure all the truck drivers out there call their significant other every single day to wish them their love, right? And so, and this is so important because of situations like this, right? This is super disheartening right here. People have been talking about this and asking me to talk about it. And there has been a deadly crash. If you haven't heard about this, this is out in Wyoming at the I-80 in the tunnel. And so it says at least 2 deaths involved with several vehicles, right? It says here, troopers with Wyoming Highway Patrol are investigating a crash with at least 2 deaths in several vehicles collided inside an Interstate 80 tunnel near Green River. The crash occurred at 11:37 on Friday in the tunnel bore for the westbound lanes, but both directions of traffic were shut down by Wyoming Department of Transportation. Right, so all lanes of I-80 travel were still closed in early evening between Rock Springs and Green River. Now, expect that to happen because I believe Wyoming Department of Transportation is going to get people to come out to check on the structure of the bridge, and they won't be able to get anyone out there until tomorrow morning. Now, it says here, quote, "I don't know the cause of the accident, but it did involve several semis and a couple of passenger vehicles." John Edens, district engineer for Wyoming Department of Transportation, District 3, told Cowboy State Daily. Memorial Hospital of Sweetwater County declared the crash a mass casualty incident and asked all but emergency care patients to avoid the hospital. So, Green River Fire Chief Bill Robinson told Cowboy State Daily that the tunnel would be closed indefinitely, and that is going to be days before we can get and work through all the stuff that's going on. So, this reroute, just know this is going to be a big blockage. You know, you can see pictures here, just so many semi-trucks and vehicles, and they're stuck. You know, it's just blocked traffic. If you're in that today, let me know. How does this traffic look? It says geologists and bridge engineers from the Wyoming Department of Transportation were headed to the scene to determine whether the tunnel is still safe for traffic to pass through. But then the smoke started coming out. So everybody stopped what they're doing and said that they were just unsure and they were just waiting for everything to die down. So it says here, quote, "As we sat there, smoke started coming out of the tunnel," she said. "Soon sheriff's deputies and EMTs began running inside the tunnel. They were carrying bags and equipment that included AEDs, according to Vasey. Then things started exploding," she said. Vasey said the explosions shook the car in tremors. After about 90 minutes, emergency crews turned her car around. Vasey said they had spotted for lunch prior to the incident. "I think if we were a minute or 2 ahead, we would have been in the tunnel," she said. Man, this is crazy. You know, so Mutha Truckers, just pray for the people. You know, not sure exactly who at least the 2 people that passed away are, but you know, some semi-trucks were involved in this, and, you know, just prayers for all the family. And I'll give you guys an update when I find out what's going on. You know, I've been getting emails here and there, and I want to do a better job of this. But I also want to encourage all of you guys, you know, if you have someone in the trucking industry that you love, you want to share their life in trucking, or it's their birthday or something like that, email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. I want to start shouting out these people, right? So Brian Simpson says, "How's it going, sir? I'm a truck driver from South Georgia, and I'm from a long line of truck drivers from both sides of my family. But I would like to tell you about my grandfather specifically. He was born on May 30th of 1930. So at the time I'm studying this, he'll soon be 95 years of age. He's still around and drives himself and still sharp mentally. He's only been retired from trucking around 5 years now. Wow. And he was only about 6 years old when he began driving the set-out truck for his father, who owned a small logging company when he was growing up." So, you know, old school, man, they start young. He started driving professionally when he was 15 and had at least 2 small trucking companies throughout his professional life. He will tell you that he wasn't a businessman, but a truck driver who had more than one truck at a time. Laugh out loud. He's not sure about how many miles he has driven a truck throughout his life, but I can tell you this, which I think is an amazing statistic of his. He was awarded 3 different million-mile safe driving awards after he turned 70 years of age. I know that there's a lot of older generation that probably have similar stories, and I certainly appreciate them all, but I'm not sure how many can say they had the same amount of miles that were accomplished that late in their career and lives. Really, my grandpa's name is C.H. Simpson from a small city in South Georgia called Waycross. Hopefully I got that right. I sometimes think about the amount of people that his life work affected, and is humbling to ponder. I believe that he's a highway hero that probably has no equal, or at least a very small few. I'll send you a few pictures of him also, but if you find time one day to email me back or say something on your show that might recognize him, I would be thrilled and grateful, and would show it to him in whatever capacity you want to acknowledge him. But if you don't have time, I understand, and would still say thank you for all you do for truck drivers today. Keep it up. Good work. Sincerely, Brian Simpson. Well, I'm glad to be able to share this. I know you emailed this to me. And so to your grandfather, C.H. Simpson, that's been trucking since he was 6 years old and professionally 15, and drove it, just retired 5 years ago, and has won 3 different times, million-mile safety mile driver awards. Thank you so much for everything you've done for trucking, and we appreciate you. And we appreciate your grandson, Brian, for sharing this with us. They said, here's a picture of him. Let's see this man here. See what kind of pictures he's looking like. Right. So it says here, my grandfather, my dad on the left, and my grandfather on the right. Top picture, my grandfather in front of his car hauler in the late 40s or early 50s. So look at these handsome men right here. There he is right there. Grandfather on the right says, let's see this old picture of him. Look at that handsome dude right there. Got the swag, back here with the hand on I love that. That's a beautiful thing. We thank you. We appreciate you. And any other mother trucker that wants to share their husband or wife that's a truck driver or something great, let's start sharing more of things like this or whatever that is, and I'd love to share it to the world of trucking. So, through the sea of some bad news sometimes, or more so than usual, it seems these days, there is a light, and sharing this type of stuff is awesome. So thank you, Brian.